Well, hey, fellow TikTokers, story time. So, over the last couple of years, I've been spending all of this time transitioning and, getting my wardrobe together, doing this, doing that. But, that's not what has really been important. I've learned something in this amount of time. And it's interesting because, I finally know what it's like to feel like a piece of meat, to be looked at as a fetish, to be looked at as a conquest, to be looked at as a notch on someone's belt. Let me explain. So, a few weeks ago, it was my anniversary. Well, a few months ago at this point, it was my anniversary. You guys know that. We went out January 28th. And so my wife and I went out for dinner. And when we went out for dinner, we had a great time, and we stopped at a gas station on the way home because, wanted to get some coffee because, we were a little buzzed. We were feeling good, So we stopped through the parking lot at the gas station, got some coffee. But in that time, I managed to get hit on, which was completely validating, completely awesome. But at the same time, the whole thing ended up being really fucked up, and here's why. So that night, I didn't call him. I didn't text him. I just left it alone. But the next day, when I finally got a hold of him, all he thought about was his D. That seemed to be the most important to him. It was, hey man, how's it going? What you doing? Tell me a little bit about yourself. Oh, y'all want to fuck or what? Wait, what? That's instance number one. Then I do all these lives on TikTok, right? Plus I do, my videos, my content, and I'm sure it'll happen on this one too. I'm sure there'll be insult after some derogatory fucking bullshit, and it is what it is. But not only that, every time I'm on TikTok, somebody's always worried about what's in my pants. Constantly. Did you have the surgery? Are you going to have the surgery? Do you have a eggplant, a Winky, a hot dog, a sausage, a Johnson? Call it whatever the fuck you want. But everybody wants to know that. And I'm going to be honest with you, that is creepy as fuck. Especially when a man asks me, that is just creepy. It's just creepy. It's weird. When did we start worrying about what was in somebody's pants? But that makes me feel like an object. It makes me feel like a piece of meat. It makes me feel like it doesn't fucking matter. It makes me feel like they want to know for curious reasons, right? They either want to know because they're fucking gross, or they want to know because they're doing something they shouldn't be doing that I don't even want to know about, or they actually want me. And so it feels really bizarro when somebody asks you that question. It's truly insulting. It truly is. I don't think in my entire life, 46 years, I don't think I've ever walked up to anybody and said, hey, what's your vagina look like? Hey, are you cut? Hey man, how big is it? I don't think in 46 years I've ever asked anything to do with anybody's fucking genitals. But yet somehow or another people seem to think it's okay for trans people. I get the curiosity. I understand you people are curious. I get it. And it's okay to be curious. But where do we draw the line? Where's ground zero with this one? Is it really appropriate to ask somebody what's in their pants? Is it really appropriate to ask somebody their medical history? It's weird. And so constantly I feel like a fucking object. I feel like my feelings don't matter. I feel like they're not seeing me. They're only seeing whether or not I have something in my pants, and that's going to get them to validate me. Because I constantly hear, oh, well, Lexi, you've already had bottom surgery, so why do you consider yourself trans? Well, because I'm still trans. But then I hear a lot, oh, well, you've had bottom surgery, so now you're a woman. Or, well, you've had the full surgery, so now you're a woman. But then when I have it, then I'm not good enough. You see the conundrum here? Even though I had the surgery, I'm still not good enough. But yet, there are so many shy men out there or insecure men that really want to know because inside deeply, they know they're attracted to me, but they're afraid to say so. For whatever reason. It's really weird. I don't understand anybody's insecurity. But I finally know what it feels like to be treated like an object, or a conquest, or a notch in someone's belt, or something out of pure curiosity. I just want to throw that out there. It took me 46 years to really get it. You know, I lived my life for that long as a man. Well, 43 years. But it still took me another couple, 2-3 years to really understand what it meant and what it felt like. And I think now that I've become fairly popular, that I've started to realize that I just want to live my life. That I just want to exist, that I'm happy. And that should really be all that matters to anybody, that, you know, how I got this, or how I got that, or how I got this. None of that should matter. And of course, people jump at me about my teeth, but that's really not that big a deal because I'm going to get that done in July. But it's really funny how people just go after you for your looks, or your clothing, or your hair, or your genitals. Somewhere along the lines, people forgot that we're people. We're all people. We're all human. We all have feelings. We all have emotions. We all have experiences. But the next time you want to give somebody a hard time, ask yourself this. Do I want my kids treated like this? Would I want my friends treated like this? Would I want to be treated like this? Because your friend, your neighbor, your kid, your coworker, they could be gay, trans, bi, you don't know. Think of that next time you're homophobic or transphobic or xenophobic for that matter. Anyway, my 2 cents. Thought I'd throw that out there. That's my story time.
Bro, we was literally just talking about this, how it is for, you know, lesbian. We were talking about lesbian women, you know, straight guys approaching us, you know. But I feel like every woman has felt this, like they're just an object. They're just, I know every lesbian have felt like they're just a, you know, a challenge, an obstacle, like a mission, like to be turned out for or whatever for guys. I know for a fact, bro. Like, I'm sorry you had to experience that. All my ladies out there, I'm sorry you're being objectified. It's not cool. It's not it. Like, I understand admiring somebody's beauty, but only seeing them as a sex symbol is crazy. It's just like, bro, what? We're not a piece of me. Like, and I feel like, you know, I know it goes both ways. I know there's some men out there that are seeing, like, they feel like they're seen as just a piece of meat and all this. I know it goes both ways. But it seems like in America, in society, in American society, women, the history of women is just, it's crazy when it comes to men. How men think of women is just crazy. The history is crazy. And the fact that it's still like that now is just crazy to me. Maybe, just maybe, all men should experience being a woman. Just maybe, just for once in their life, just experience how it feels to be a woman and how bad guys can be. It's just like how predator like guys can be. And maybe it'll be like a wake up call to men, like, hey, I don't want this. Cause it's just like I feel it's like God is great. God is funny. I feel like, and I've noticed that a lot of guys who are like that, objectify women and all this stuff, usually their firstborn is a girl. So it's just like, And then it's like, I heard a lot of men is like, oh, I had that come to Jesus because I have a daughter and I've changed my ways because I don't want anyone to treat my daughter like this. So I don't want to treat anybody else's daughter like this. But sometimes it's not always like that. You still got these womanizers and stuff. So yeah. It would be nice if they could experience it, because there was this one experiment. I don't know if y'all saw that on TikTok, where guys, was it like firemen or whatever, had to experience cramps, and they just could not take it. Could not take the cramps. They was like crying like a little baby. So yeah, I just feel like sometimes they need to be placed in our shoes to figure out and feel what we have to go through and what we're dealing with, and how it shouldn't be like that. It really should not be about sex. It should not be about sex. What's in your pants should not matter. You should not come to someone about that. Unless you know them, they're close, you're close, and you come first before you say that and ask them, hey, I was curious, because I get that all the time. Hey, I'm curious. Can I ask you questions? And me, as an open person who wants to educate, let people know what I know, let you know, I'll be like, yeah, sure. Don't go crazy, because I'm going to get crazy back. But no, yeah, sure. Don't get disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful. It's that simple. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Ooh, you can't say that a lot with guys, because So, you got to be careful with that one. Friend, I'm sorry you had to experience that. So, yeah. Do better, men. Do better. For not an object for sex.
I want to tell y'all the story on how I almost lost my girlfriend forever. So if nobody's ever seen my girlfriend, this is my beautiful ass girlfriend. So for some odd reason, on this particular night of us being together, she needed her makeup, or needed makeup in general. So I go through her stuff, or I don't know how I found the foundation, but I found it, and it was like a damn near perfect match for her. So I give her the makeup, and she goes, Kene, whose foundation is this? Mind you, my girl plays all fucking day. All day. Nonstop. I'm thinking she's doing this like little fake cheat thing, because the makeup isn't what she usually wears. I know that for a fact because I've bought her foundation before. But I just thought she was trying something new. So I was like, babe, that's yours. She was like, Kene, no, it's not. At this point, I'm like, okay, so who fucking makeup is it? But I also think she's still joking. I'm running out of time, so like for part 2.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Whoa. That must have been back in the day before TikTok was on 3 minutes, honey. Because I know for a fact that if there was a part 2, I would have watched it. I might not have put it out on here on YouTube, because I would want y'all to go watch it yourself. But I know for a fact I would have watched it myself, so I knew what was going on. So I'm a little salty. Not even a little. I'm a lot salty. I want to know where the foundation came from. If it wasn't hers, who was it? Or it could be like one of my moments where I get new foundation, or my friends be like, oh, this wasn't the right shade, but this might be your shade when you're not tan. Because y'all see this tan I'm rocking, y'all. I got the tan now. And they be giving me foundation. I just forget that I have it. Like, I have found makeup from like back in college that I just never open up and use. But when it's a rainy day and you don't feel like going out in the rain, because it's North Carolina and it rains all the time here, you go back you use that inspired makeup, so yeah, she could have forgot. Maybe if it was me, I would have probably been like, oh yeah, this is mine, I forgot. Or I just took my sister's makeup and forgot that I took it. I've done that before. And she'd be like, bitch, is this mine? I'd be like, yes, bitch. I love you. Like, this was my favorite. I just got this. And I'd be like, yeah. But yeah, what happened? How'd you get out of it? And I'm glad y'all still together, because y'all are a beautiful couple. Absolutely beautiful couple. So yeah, glad y'all are still together. Will love to know what had happened was. Y'all go check her out on TikTok and see if she posted a part 2 and I just missed it, because honey, that was a cliffhanger. What was that, like 30 seconds? Was TikTok only doing 30 seconds back in the day? Bruh, I'm a little heated. I'm a little slanted, but a lot curved. That's a gay joke.
I go on this date. We talked all night. She goes to drop me off. We're both standing in front of my apartment building, and we just stand there for like 45 minutes talking. And I'm like, this is so awkward. Like, do I invite her up to my house?
Is anyone gonna kiss anyone?
No, I don't know. I'm like,
God.
this is day one lesbian. I have no idea. We go up to my apartment and we're sitting. I have an L-shaped couch and she's sitting on one couch and I'm sitting on the other couch. And I know, it's so awkward, but I wasn't gonna make the move. Nothing happened that night. We didn't even kiss. But when she left, I was like, "Fuck, this is definitely."
But
the
you were
thing.
into it.
I was into it. Yes,
Yeah.
it was my gay panic.
But you were
moment.
just scared.
I think
Okay.
we all go through like
Yeah.
a gay panic moment where we're
Oh,
like,
100%. Yeah.
"Oh my god, like this is what has been this missing piece." I was not ready to intake that.
Yeah.
You know, I was sitting here thinking, did I have a gay panic? And no, I didn't. I had a gay awakening. Not a gay panic, a gay awakening. I did not panic. When I got faced with the kitten, I was like, meow. Like, how you doing, honey? How you doing? I did not have a gay panic. I remember, because I handled the situation like I would handle with a guy, like what I, experienced with a guy or whatever. It was just to say, but my first gay experience was a very young age. My first gay experience, if y'all would like to know. If you don't, just listen up because it's going to happen. So my first gay experience was when I was a young lad. I think I was 6 years old. 6 years old. And back in the day, you played house. So I was playing house with this girl. And the way life is set up, it's like there's no such thing as coincidences. Because if this wouldn't happen, if this scenario wouldn't happen, this scenario probably would not have happened. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Maybe not. I don't know. If this wouldn't happen, would I still been gay? But it was like, no, I would have still been gay because I've been gay all my life, because there was other incidents and situations that was just like, dang, I'm gay. Like, dang, she's gay. I'm gay. Like, there were so many situations. If this situation did not happen, another situation happened later. And if that one did not happen, if we take that out, there was another situation that happened. It was just like, dang. But if you took that one out, the next year later. So, yeah, I can't even say. But I feel like it would have been a little bit different. Like, how things are set up in your life. If certain moments was taken out your life, you don't even know what it would have happened. Some moments are just so crucial to your life, but it's like other moments was like some experiences, like me being gay, I probably could have never escaped. Now that I think about it, because there were so many situations. There's another situation in my life that I could have probably never escaped. If that didn't happen back then, I couldn't have escaped it happened with another person, because like I can't expand, but my brain though, really, I couldn't escape that situation. It is just like, dang, I could not have skipped. I couldn't have escaped it. It was bound to happen. It was a coincidence. Anyway, so back to it. When I was a young lad, we were playing house, and she was just like, I went over her house, went over her grandma's house. She was down for the summer. She was just like, I'll be the mommy and you be the daddy. And back in the day, it was that Ja Rule and Ashanti thing. So that was how it was. Because I was a brown skinned baby, or I was dark skinned back then, I feel like I was the daddy. And because she was light skinned, she was supposed to be more feminine. That's how it was. I was more masculine, she was more feminine, just because of the shades of our skins. Yeah, if we were messed up. We were messed up, and it was not our fault. It was not our fault. But anyway, yeah. And she was just like, so we gotta do with, what mommies and daddies do. I am 6 years old. I have been sheltered all my life. I don't know what mommies and daddies do. And plus, I don't have a mommy and daddy in my household. I just have a mommy. You know what I'm saying? And then I have grandparents that sleep in separate beds, because we're old school country Christians. So they sleep in separate beds and separate rooms. They have their own rooms for each other. So I have no idea what grown folks do. I am 6. I don't know what's going on. So yeah. So she is the one who coached me through everything. She was like, so we need to kiss. And I was just like, because again, I'm 6. I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, okay, kiss me on my cheek. And she's like, no, we have to kiss on the lips. And it was just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It was just okay. So yeah. And then it went on for that every time we had played house. But in the situation, it was just like with that situation, that was when I was 6. But when I got older, I remember going on having play dates. And in another situation where a female happened, and she took the lead, and I, still like, is this right or is this wrong? That's the part. But when I got older, and it was just like, a female put in the gay situation, it was just like, oh, okay, well, I like you and I understand that I have feelings that I want to explore, so I'm gonna do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Put on the max sauce. You know what I'm saying? But when I was a kid, it was just like, I don't even know what, sex is. I don't even really know what this is. So after this situation, when I was a little bit older, after I was 6, I just thought this is how you play with girls. This is pun intended and not intended. This is just how you play with girls. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know this is not normal. This is not normal. You know what I'm saying? I did not know. But now that when I got older, my first time, it was just like, oh, what we doing? Okay, even though it was my first time, it was just like, let's do it. Let's dive in. So yeah. Friend, I feel you. I just can't see myself sitting so much of a distance from somebody and we just went on a date. I don't know. I'm just not that person. Like, I'm more of a, y'all know, I'm a touchy-feely person. So if I went on a date with you, I'm going to be close to you regardless. Unless if I got the ick, that's it. You know what I'm saying? When I had a situation where I get the ick with somebody and I just don't even want them to touch my hands. Like, don't hold my hand. Don't do too much. Don't do too much. Like, ooh, stay over there, keep your distance. But if I'm feeling you, oh, you gonna know. You gonna know. Go ahead and check out this new merch. And before you do, subscribe.